in the foreign country, you make friends there. Let's suppose you invested 1 year. Now you have 2, 3 good friends at your location, right? Next year, what will happen? Either one of them or two of them, the visa is expired, they will go back, or they will be settled somewhere else, or they will switch the job, they will go somewhere. Then again, you will have to start from zero until unless you have friends who are.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Desi Return. First of all, I wanted to thank each and every one of you for the positive response, the feedback that you have been providing for the content that we have been publishing on the channel. And also, we have completed 25 episodes where we have talked to people, get their insights in their journey of returning back to India. So for today's show, I'm really excited to have Hemant on our call. Hemant moved to India, and he has a lot of insights. He has his own YouTube channel. He talks about people who are in this dilemma. So I'm really looking forward to the show to get a lot of insights from his own experience and also from his conversations with lots and lots of people who went through this journey. With that, Hemant, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Avinash.
Thanks, Hemant. So let's get started with a bit of a background. When did you go abroad? Where were you? I know you have been in multiple countries. So if you can talk a little bit about your background and what triggered you to move back to India, that would be very helpful.
Sure, sure. So in 2008, before my marriage, I went to Denmark for a couple of months. So that was my first on-site experience. I really liked it, and I wanted to explore more countries. So in my job, there was a chance that if you perform well, you will get a chance to go abroad for short term, long term. So, and finally, after marriage, there was short term chances, but I shifted to US in 2011, I think, yeah, and I was there for a couple of years, 3 or 4 years, I believe. And I was there, and then for some family reason, I came back to India, and I lived here in Gurgaon in 2000, I think, 15. And again, for 3 years, I was in India, and then I again got an offer in the same company that if you want to move, you can move to Sweden. So again, I gone back to Sweden, and I was there for I think 2.5 or 3 years, and there was no plan. Means I was in dilemma, but suddenly in March 2020, the Corona came. Okay, and the same time my wife got pregnant. So that was the time where there was no flight available, and she was like 3 month or 4 month pregnant. And then at that time I decided I'll go back because there are some personal reasons, definitely. And I was going through some dilemma and some kind of I'm not afraid to say depression, or you can say my wife was not happy. Something was going on with us. We were not sure why this is happening. We were not happy. And then I came back from the first flight of Vande Bharat when the evacuation started. And when I came back, it was like all lockdown everywhere in India. And then we went back to our hometown, Mathura. And then again, I settled here in Noida. So this is very brief. I brief summary I provided you. How was the how I went there and why I came back. But if you have some specific question, I would love to give you answer for those questions.
No, thanks a lot, Hemant, for that high-level overview. Looks like you have experience living in Europe, US, to understand the different cultures. The one thing, and also you have lived, abroad, lived in India, and then spent some time in abroad, and then finally, decided to be back in India. So if you're okay, I think you kind of touched about it, people who are in this dilemma, like the things that you have been going in your mind, I know you mentioned like distress or disturbed or the dilemma. If you're okay, and if you can speak, the things that you're going in in your mind, and then how you thought through and how you made a decision, because that could be helpful to so many people who might be in the dilemma stage. So that's why I just, would love to know if you're okay to share. I think it would be a lot of valuable insights there.
Definitely, definitely. And I'm telling you, since 2000 or 2001, so many Indians see the circle. The IT grown in India, and before NRI was going to foreign country was very little in quantity. After 2000, the people are going like anything, and now you will see the way they are going. Out of those, some percentage like you, me, and it may be 2%, 5%, 10% people will start coming back and already coming back. That is reverse migration, and it will happen very heavily. I tell you why. Because we think that it's happening with us only, but it's common phenomena and happening with every NRI. Few people are okay to tackle because of their financial condition in India. They have so many liability, but if people are living okay in India and also living okay there, they are always in debt. I'll give you specific examples. Okay, when I was in Sweden, it's like six month very summers, and 6 month it's winter, and also it's like 6 months there's a complete night, you can say, means because it's near to North Pole, so the sun will you will be able to see the sunlight only in 10 days or within 15 days. Then there are 2 days there's a sun, and there another 1 week there's no sun. And in fact you will see sunlight in the morning 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and then again 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. it's again dark night. So this winter is very harsh, and the first winter I was able to enjoy that. Okay, snowfall, we never seen that, and we were able to roam around multiple countries. I've been to almost 14 countries in Europe within 2 years. Okay, so we enjoyed. But what about after first year you visited those countries? Next year you have nothing to do. And second thing, there are small things like winter, and then this darkness, and then loneliness when you see your relatives, your family friends, they are getting married, they have kids, their celebration happening, and you are not attending there, you're not going there, right? So you start feeling that I'm missing so many things. And then again the parents thing, those parents who were really proud when you were going for the first time, and then suddenly that proud and the pride goes down. And then the ground reality comes. Then when they need you for going to hospitals, when they need you for not for financially you can help from there also, but they need you in person,
Mhm.
because that is something nobody else can help you on the day-to-day basis. Okay, so there are so many things. And when I was in dilemma, I was searching on YouTube that is there anything who can help, that why it is happening, am I the only person or other people also facing the same thing? Because when you start thinking about going back, the first thing comes in the mind, the kids future. And almost 9 out of 10 arise stuck on this point, the kids future. And then nobody thinks the second level, means second order thinking, that we were the generation, our parents never been to outside of India. They were very lower middle class or middle class people. We were never exposed to so many luxuries and all. We were able to make it to US and other country. Why can't our kids can't do that? That's what my thought. And my son born there in the US, he is a US citizen. And if I stayed in Sweden, I would have the Swedish citizen within 4 years. I was there 2.5 years. It was just 1 year left, right? So it was a very tough decision that if I just stay one more year, I can be citizen. And this is the second, I think, dilemma every NRI goes into this, that it's just 1 year left. It's just 5 years left. It's just 10 years. That green card cycle, that labor card, that I-140 cycle, that citizenship cycle is never ending. So there are so many people in dilemma in NRI, and when I search on YouTube, I found nothing. There are people uh, who has made a video about their journey when they came back, that yes, we came back and this is our experience. I found a couple of videos that, but they never detailed each and every point, that how to tackle this feeling, how to tackle this cute future thing, how to tackle this financial thing, how to tackle this job thing, or what job I will get, would it be, and how much expensive is India now, and what are the luxury, how, where I have to trade off or compromise, if because everyone is looking at the side of there is a standard of living in foreign country, but in India you will have to compromise in so many other things. But things have been changed and drastically in last 5 years, I would say. So that is why I decided that I will start a vlog where I will talk about each and every point. First, I will make a video that why I came back, those 10 reasons, and then one video for each of that reason in detail. What is the answer? Why I think I can deal with that in India, and finally the expenses. And when you come here, you need at least 6 months of hand holding. I mean, how to adjust in the culture if you are coming after 10 year or 15 year, 20 year. The India you left and the India is now is totally different. You are coming on the vacation. That is totally different. You come here for 1 month, you come, you meet your family. You never deal with the administration thing, Aadhaar card, passport, and so many other things, right? And the property thing, and how to deal with the administrative thing. Because again, it was a really tough time. If you go to some government office in India, it's really headache. So things gone to online, UPI, and so many other things. So I decided, let's start this journey, start explaining in detail about each and every point. And believe me, my user base was not that great. It was very small. But one of my video that I think two lakhs or 2.3 lakhs people watched, and then after that they started watching my vlog, and then they connected what I'm saying. And after that they connected over call on the Instagram. And then I always help them. I ask them, okay, just wait for the weekend. I make some time free for you guys in my personal life, and then I sometime I take call for 2 3 people over the weekend, and then I give them advice, I give them personal, I ask them to watch my video, and then anything left, then call me, then I personally help them. And I'm happy to say now hundreds of family has been shifted, and I have full of my inbox from their thank you messages. So this is it.
No, yeah, thanks, Hemant, for sharing that. Again, kudos
Yeah,
to you and congratulations, for sharing your journey, the reasons, and providing the facts, at least from your perspective, so that people can get a perspective and help them in their decision process. And
yeah,
also like taking personal time to guide them and helping them out with their journey. Uh,
yeah.
so I think you kind of touched, I think, just before COVID, you have decided to move. I mean, is there any specific reason the timing played, like just the COVID? Just curious. I mean, people have that in the back of the mind, but there is always one specific trigger point or like that determines the timeline. Is there something that you were expecting from a milestones, or you just like, yes, let's move forward? You just like made a decision and move forward. If you can explain that a little bit, I think that would be very helpful.
Sure. uh, my last movement from Sweden, because I am from US as well. I got a chance to stay, but I moved back because I am going to take you back to US first, and then I'll come to this Sweden.
Sure.
Okay, 3.5 years when I was living in US, everything was okay, but somehow I was not happy. Okay, from inside, I was getting 5 things, but I was missing 15 things. So I couldn't recognize that what are those things. So when I got a chance, my visa was getting over, and then I was 50-50, means I also wanted to live, but I was confused. So I came back. I thought that no, it happens with so many NRIs that they came back, they are not able to adjust, and then they go back, right? So until then, I was not clear. I came back and then I thought, no, 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 no. I think I did a mistake, and within 2 3 years, I think financially it's not a good decision. And at that point of time, for to secure some money and being financially independent, at least loan-free apartment or something, to secure some financial independence. So I decided, no, no, let's go back again. Then when it started happening that, okay, I was not happy when I was meeting to new people. The energy was not same. I was not able to make friends the way I was making in India. The way openly I discuss my personal thing with my childhood friend or any, in fact, the colleagues, I was not able to do that there. And it was very robotic life. Means the event which is happening today, 23rd January, will be same happening on next year, 23rd January. And I just noted down the pattern. Then it's the same life every day, every time, and you have to make. And when the weekend coming, you have to make plans for the weekend. Something is not coming to you. Means in India, the plan will come to you. That there is a ceremony, there is a birthday, there is a family needs you. You have to visit here, you have to visit there. There is a cricket match. There's so many. So it was like a robotic life, and in the mind, something was missing, and it was increasing day by day. I was not happy. Okay, but I was saving the money. That was the motivation, and and people has to do that, right? So and then I was confused, and before Corona, I decided, okay, this is my last year. I'll go back because this is never-ending process. That how much money I should save, and what would be the year when I decide to go back. And I was not getting that answer. And that is, you get a kick. Now this is the day, this is the month, you should go back. Corona was just a catalyst, I would say, or just a event happened, but that was not the main reason.
Yeah.
Means I told you the pregnancy and then Corona, and then we were not sure that we will get the help in Corona. People were not even talking to each other. They were not even knocking to each other gate. It was happening in Corona as well. But here is the difference. But your family will drive 1,000 miles for you within your country if you need them. You will go for them. But in Corona, there was no one talking in. There was a stage when everything was closed. Even the Indian grocery was not coming from India and Pakistan. After 15 days, there was no wheat or there was no atta left. So there were situations because we are vegetarian and that too North Indian, right? So there was a situation when it made me realize that no, 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 this is not the way, and this is the loop where I cannot come out even after I save more than I need until because what happens today? You think 3 crores is enough for you or 2 crores is enough for you, right? 5 year down the line, it's not true. Situation will change.
Yeah.
And early retirement is something you are doing the relaxed job after 40. It's not that you will retire and you not work. That's not possible. Even after 60, that's not possible. Or possible is there, means people do that, but that's not a great idea. What do you do whole day? And what is the contribution then to society? So it was my idea. I'll earn less, but that's okay. But at least I will be happy with my people, with my family, with my friend. My wife was not happy. Even I keep asking my son. That is the also the triggering point. That do you want to go back? Do you want to go back? I keep asking, and every time he said yes because he was missing. Because what happened in the foreign country? You make friends there. Let's suppose you invested 1 year. Now you have 2 3 good friends at your location, right? Next year, what will happen? Either one of them or two of them, the visa is expired, they will go back, or they will be settled somewhere else, or they will switch the job, they will go somewhere. Then again, you will have to start from zero. Until unless you have friends who are permanently settled at one place and permanently there, the people who on visa, not citizen, they have the different cycle. They have different mindset. You have to call them on the party, and then they will call you on the party. If you call them 2 times, they will call you 2 times. There'll be no attachments thing. That would be that friendship. I'm not generalizing it. There are people who are like brother, who are like sisters, and means they are living like family. I'm not generalizing it, but they may be permanent there, and they are living for years. But for the people in this cycle, last 20 years, they are living. People are coming, people are going. So I did multiple times that I made friends. Again, they went back or they gone somewhere else. Again, I made, and then I I give up. Means I can't make friends like this. Means it's not real. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. No, thanks for sharing that.
yeah.
So just to maybe dive in a little bit, I know you spent some time, about 2 to 3 years in India after you lived in US, and then wanted to explore a different country because at that time you're still not yet sure in terms of
Mm.
it's a good move or not, and then later realized that it's definitely this is what you want to do and made the permanent move, right? So my question is more about maybe the living style. Have you seen a difference in terms of your time in like 2015 to 2017 in that range, if I'm understanding it correctly, and then after you move in 2020 in terms of the lifestyle in India? That's one aspect. Was there anything like a clarity wise that made a difference, that helped you with that permanent decision? And anything you can touch about, maybe, I think the one point you already mentioned is the cost of living or some of these aspects, right? So I know there are like three or four aspects to this, like, your life when you are living in India after spending some time abroad in 2015, 2017, and then now, anything that you can compare and contrast or anything that you can share from that perspective.
Yes. See, I realized when I came back from US, there were some societies in Gurgaon where the lifestyle is even better than US if you have money, correct? So if you are earning very good and you have already some uh, corpus with you, if you can purchase the apartment in those society, means you don't have to go outside of apartment for anything. If you want, everything will come at your doorstep, but you need money for that. So that one thing I realized, that at the early ages, I should be securing some more corpus. That is one thing. Already I was living in Mahindra apartments, so they were really good, and the facilities, because in US I am a sportsman. Okay. Other than IT, I almost play 5 or 6 sports. I love dancing. I love also music and parties, and I'm very social. I have big, pool of friends here and big family around me in Delhi. So it's like always busy with the family, friends, and there's no space for depression or loneliness for me, right? The only thing was, if you are earning good money, then it is really simple here. Okay. So the fun thing I realized, I'm living in Mahindra apartment. It's a good lifestyle, but I can live in DLF apartment. It is way better than US. So there's a space. If I go back again, that made me take a decision to go back again to Sweden. Right? If I go back, then I can afford that lifestyle as well. That was one thing. Second thing, the debt or loan. Okay. One thing I realized in India, means with the 15-year or 10-year experience, you can earn handsome money. The only thing which keeps you down or pull your leg is your debts or loans. Okay. So I decided that I should not be having loan. At that time, there was no loan, but I was thinking of taking the apartment, and that is something a huge money, more than crore and or so. So that made me realize that if you at least earn this much money that you can take a home without loan, then this Indian salary is also good enough to spend. right? Because you don't have debt, the kids are going to school, you are having a good lifestyle, and even after that, you are saving at least 20% of your salary, 20 or 30%. Okay, let's suppose you have 1 lakh of salary, for example, and 70,000 you are spending, and at least you are sometime 20,000, sometime 30,000. But that is something will secure your future, your kids' future. Okay, in equity or in mutual fund or something like that, in down the line 10 to 15 years, it will become some 50 lakh or 1 crore or 2 crore, depending. You will also grow, you will also get promotion, you will also have 2 lakh, 3 lakh and 4 lakh salary. So at that point of time, it is something I calculated, that I think one more shot is required. So that was the financially I thought about it. Second, I thought that okay, if I go to Europe, at least I get a chance to visit 20 25 countries, right? And US is already done. Philippines was already done. Denmark was already done. So multiple country I already did before this Sweden move. So I thought, okay, let's go. And I also have a hobby of traveling the world. So one of the hobby I have sports and other things. So I thought, okay, let's go one more time. And kid is only 5 year or 7 year. It's okay. I think he was 6 or 7 year at that time. So, and that was only the first kid, right? So that made me realize, okay, we can go next time, one more time, and also the living standard will be as per my desire once I come back after 3 or 4 years. So that was the reason. Yeah.
Okay. No, thanks for sharing that. I think especially the key part of maybe, acquiring that corpus fund or the financial buffer that you want to have the
Mm,
better life, compared to what you had. So I think this could help
mm.
people who are thinking and, just adapt. So if you are okay, again, from a career planning or career transition. So when you moved from Sweden, was it an internal transfer or like you like left and then you try to find a job here after moving? Just curious because there are a lot of questions people like, try to find or ask about, career transition or career planning when they're thinking about moving to India. So anything that you can share from that perspective?
It was an internal transfer. I was lucky in that way because that is one of the biggest reason people are stuck there and people are not able to move back because they can't find the right match. So the internal transfer helped me both the time.
Got it.
So it was smooth. Means that was not a problem for me. It was my decision. Some I have to align with the project requirement and the timing,
Yeah.
when what is the best time to come back or where the best time to go again. Otherwise, I didn't. I was not in that league where I have to find the job and where I have to search the job. Yeah.
Okay, that's very helpful. The other one is how old was your son? I think you mentioned he was born in US, right? So was
Yeah.
he like how old was he, and how has his life been? Which school or like curriculum does he go to? Just if you can share
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. Yeah. He was 2.5 when he came back to India, and then he started his schooling in India. So it was like the only problem was Hindi.
Mhm.
Otherwise, he was good in English, and in the first or second class, I think he was good in all the subject. The Hindi we have to support at home, and in terms of behavior, I would say he was not able to make friends. Like he was very reserved in nature, only limited to his parents, right? Me and my wife. And when we came back, he was not mingling with grandparents and my sister, my brother, their kids. But within 1 year, Holi, Diwali, all those Raksha Bandhan, Rakhi, all those Tihar festival we celebrated together, and then we went to each other home for patang kites or other festival. He was enjoying like hell. He was happy. It is like freedom for him. He was feeling always alone. Now he has cousins who is playing with him and who is like after him. Means it was care which was missing other than parents, and also he got something which was very unique to him.
Mhm.
So he was very happy here.
Yeah.
He adjusted. I didn't got any hiccup adjusting here. And one point is something I would like to mention here, which is there for most of the NRI, where they are facing challenge, is wife and husband are not on the same page. See, we have to talk about this. This is ground reality, right?
Yeah.
We have to talk on the real issues. So when these two people are not on the same page about returning to India or about anything, major decisions, small thing is okay. It will continue for the whole life. But if you're coming back to India and that is once someone's decision imposed on other, that will make your experience bitter or different. Make sure these two people are onboarded before coming to India, and they should be enjoying when coming back to India, each and everything. Otherwise, one will keep bitching about the disadvantage or the problems in India, who has been imposed,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So these two people should be on the same page, and we were on the same page. So we, as a family, were happy.
For sure. I mean, I think I know, as you rightly said, it's an important decision, and both spouses has to be on the same page. And you also
Yeah.
have to have like a strong drive in terms of why you're moving, because
Mm.
there is no perfect place anywhere, right? I mean, whether it's in India or abroad or someplace, it's
Yeah,
the key
yeah,
reasons why you wanted to stay in one place at that phase of the life and why it's so critical, so that you can navigate some of the minor issues that come across in the life. So I think those two plays a very, very big role for any move, like, whether it's moving to India or moving to some other country or any other place. But I think, as you said,
yeah,
rightly. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Uh,
yeah, go ahead.
One thing from your statement: is there any perfect place in the world to get settled? I would say no. I'll tell you why. Okay, I lived in Silicon Valley for 2 years. That was close to perfect, I would say. The weather was damn good. The salary was damn good. I was driving Audi there, okay, which I can't afford in India. So I was happy something. But at the end of second year or third year, I realized there's something missing. So what is that? So for every person, for every individual, there's a list of something which is different for each and every person. And he can't find everything at one place, right? That the answer of this, what is missing, it took me 6 years to get that answer. Then otherwise I would have not gone to Sweden, right? What is missing? What is the problem? Okay. And I tell you that that there's no straight answer. Is it because parents? Is it because facilities? There are multiple things. Like over the weekend, I love to play cricket. Simple. One example. If I have to go to in US, I have to search for the ground maybe 20 miles from my home. I have to make teams. I have to secure so many things and so many arrangement I have to do. And that would be maybe with the Costco ball I want from the leather ball. I'm giving you a very basic example.
Yeah.
Here, it's behind my apartment. I can play whole week if I'm retired. I have money. So that gives me the happiness. And that is my definition of happiness.
Yeah.
I want to visit my parent. They are living 2 hours from my home. And I don't want to plan it. I want now. Now means now. I'll take my car, I'll go in 2 hours. That is the one of my definition of happiness. Right?
For sure. As you rightly
And
said, right?
food.
I think, everybody has their own
Yeah.
means of happiness, and it just depends
Yeah.
on what you want in the life, and make a
Um,
decision accordingly.
yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
just being mindful of the time, so that we have most of the information that we want to cover.
Sure.
So is there any topic that we haven't covered, or any advice that you would like to give the future aspirants from your perspective?
Future aspirant, one advice. See, please don't think that I'm against going outside of India. Please go and explore. Please go, explore, learn, and make yourself on the next level, because yes, that will give you maturity for next level. However, decide the time cycle, because there is one life. You have to do so many things within this life. So once you achieve that goal, once you get that exposure, try to come back and enjoy that money which you earned there. Okay. And then also give it back to society. And everyone has a different definition. Give it back to society. Some people trying to make it business. Some people are trying to do it for free. Some Everything is okay. Do it in your own way, but try to give it back to society little bit, not much. In fact, from your own time. And also one last thing.
Yeah.
That took me in 2008. Okay, when I went to Denmark first time, and I came out from my aeroplane, and when I landed on Denmark, my taxi was Mercedes. I still remember. When I watch this entire city, Copenhagen, and say, why my country can't be like this? Are we not capable enough, or is there anything which God has given them extra, and we are somewhere lagging behind? I think it's all about the intent and capability. That's what my answer I got. I got this answer in so many decade. At least it took 10 years. It's intent and your capability. If the and I see in this India, these two things are there, intent and capability. So there will be a day that it would be not financially forceful, or it would be not for exposure. It would be choice when people want to go or not. That is, I'm looking forward in 20, 30 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my dream also.
No, thanks for sharing your perspective, right? I think it's um, uh, what people would like to do in their phase. And the one key thing that I wanted to underscore from what you said was, don't think what India was 10 years back to what it is right now. Come
Yep.
spend some time, understand it, see around, so that you have like maybe more up-to-date information that could help with your decision process. Things
Yep.
are changing across the world, but don't have the image of India, what you have seen, like maybe a decade back or 20 years back or even 5 years back.
Yep.
Things have been evolving and changing. Please have
Yep.
up-to-date information and make your decision. Decision is more important, and don't let the life go by before you realize, you might not have the same flexibility because the kids have grown up or some other commitments which you can't make the decision. So that's all I wanted to underscore to what you have said. So with that, thank you very much, Hemant, for taking the time and giving your insights, from your own journey and also from the discussions that you had with, hundreds of people whom you have helped with their journey. Really appreciate and thank you once again.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention, if people want my help, they can watch my channel, Hemant AIM. You can search my name, Hemant Dubey, on YouTube, or you can connect me on Instagram, Hemant Dubey 7979. So if someone is need any help about the decision making, about any experience, I would love to help people. So that's my ending note. Thank you,
Sure,
Avinash.
thanks. Yeah, we will keep these links in the YouTube description, and then we also
Thank you.
tag along it so that way people can reach out. So yeah, with that, thank you all. Have a great day, and see you next week.
Bye bye.
Thank you all for joining us on this insightful journey of Desi Return. If you enjoyed this episode and want to explore more stories and expert advice, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts and experiences. By the way, check out the links in the description below for our Facebook group and social media for updates and engaging discussions, as well as connecting with fellow Desi Returners. Thank you once again, and until next time, may your Desi Return journey be filled with joy, growth, and endless possibilities.